Time Sting looks like shit.
Right. If you do Sting into the Hall of Fame next year, and then have him do one more match at WrestleMania, and that's it, I think that would... You're there. You've done everything. You've been in 3 or 4 different groups.
Yep.
Or companies or whatever. You're good.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I agree. I guess you can put him in the WWE Hall of Fame without wrestling a match in WWE because they own WCW.
Right.
But for a guy of that level, don't you think he needs to have one match?
Yeah, I think he does. I don't know who yet, but he has to have one match.
Well, 2 guys have been saying they'd like one match against... Hogan and Cena have both said now that he's signed, they want a match against Sting.
To be honest with you, the guy I think he should have the match with is Cena, and I hate to fucking say that, but because Cena has been all WWE.
And he was all WCW.
Yeah. Hogan's been everywhere. I think to be the man, you gotta be the man.
You have to beat all the main...
Yeah.
Which Cena also said Austin was at the top of his list for somebody he wanted to have a match with. Do you think, not having wrestled in however many years...
I think Austin can still go.
You still think he can go? For one match, at least.
For one match.
And carry John Cena through? Maybe it'll be a situation where Cena would step his game up. Because, him against Hogan would be boring. Because you'd see, it's that 5-move shit versus that 3-move shit.
Right. There was no wrestling. And it's funny, I saw Cena trying to actually wrestle when he fought somebody last week. I forgot who it was, but...
Bray Wyatt?
Yeah. He actually tried to wrestle, and it was just fucking horrible.
It was bad, yeah. It was rough. Those suplexes weren't very crisp. That's for damn shit. But, alright, so I'll give you Cena's 3 guys he wants to wrestle. You tell me who you think would be his best WrestleMania match. I don't care if you think it would be like just a good wrestling match. What would draw the most money?
Right.
So his 3 guys he gave are Austin, Hogan, and Sting.
Austin, Hogan, and Sting to fight who?
John Cena.
Austin, Hogan, and Sting. Because I want to see it, it would be Sting.
Yeah.
Draw would be people. Hogan, Cena before.
No, they haven't.
Hogan, Austin.
No, they haven't.
Austin's fought Cena.
Has he?
Yeah, back in the early...
Oh, I don't know if that counts.
When he started. When Cena was actually wrestling.
I didn't know that. I was under the impression they hadn't wrestled.
I think they have. I don't think he's fought Hogan.
No, I know he hasn't done Hogan.
Which that match would absolutely suck.
Well, I would not look forward to that at all.
I'd like to see him fight Arn Anderson.
Arn Anderson. What if Arn Anderson could still wrestle?
I don't know. He still looks pretty solid.
Oh, I'm sure. He's got the gut now. Not that he was ever thin, but
yeah. DDP.
Honestly, you know who I'd like to see Austin go out against? Either The Rock or Stone or.
Has Austin actually retired? Has he officially retired?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, his official. I think his unofficial retirement match, because he had a couple others, just matches.
Yeah. Was
against The Rock at his WrestleMania, whatever.
Yeah. How many dead guys are in that picture?
I don't know. What do you? So far, none. Oh my god. I can't believe Kevin Nash used to be that big.
I used to love when people would throw shit in the ring. Remember that?
Yeah, and as you watch this, just because I've seen it before, I know Hogan bitches about it. Hogan was like, I was terrified.
Give me a break. Steve McMichael, what the hell is he doing now?
I thought he was dead.
No, he's coaching football, I think.
Is he?
I think he's coaching football in Chicago.
Oh, like the arena team or something?
No, he's coaching like a high school or college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So why isn't he calling WCW matches anymore?
I don't know.
He should.
I think he started in WCW.
Steve McMichael?
Yeah.
He did.
He started up there and then went to WCW.
Oh, that's what I meant, WCW.
Yeah.
Do you remember? See, when I was young enough for when Hogan first turned, I never remembered red and yellow Hogan. So growing up, I lived off Hollywood Hogan.
Did you?
Well, yeah, because think about it. He turned in '96, so I was only 3.
That's true. That's when fucking wrestling was awesome.
So I grew up knowing Hollywood Hogan. I don't think I really understood like Hogan until I was older.
Your vitamins, your minerals, and your
Steroids. And Hogan knows best. I remember Razor Ramon though. Certain guys.
Razor bailing.
I don't even think he bailed. I think it was a good idea on their part. You wouldn't have taken the money they got thrown at him.
Yeah.
Oh, look at him. He's high as shit in this.
Look at how skinny his face was back then.
Look at him in 02. This is 02, so he was like still with WWE, or he was getting ready to leave, but look at he's high as shit there.
Yeah, you can tell. He looks horrible.
And that's not like a marijuana high either. That's like droopy face, like I was just doing heroin high.
Yep. That's ridiculous.
I wonder how long Nash stayed on the drugs for.
You know what? Nash takes me as the type of guy that when people weren't looking, he'd throw it in the toilet.
So he never actually did
So we never actually did it.
Other than steroids.
Oh, yeah, you know he did steroids, but... Dude, he's been with the same woman for over 25 years. How does that figure?
Yeah.
Being in the wrestling industry and all that stuff, and he's got a kid about the same height as him. It's kind of weird.
So the drugs didn't
That he seems the only one that's kind of fucking not fucked up out of that group. Or had issues, or had publicized issues, or...
Yeah, but like Shawn Michaels, you knew, has fully admitted he was like doing crazy drugs even when he left the company with his back hurt.
Well, I heard that those two roomed together a lot. Scott Hall and
Shawn
Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, other than Triple H, who the only thing he's done is, roids.
Yeah.
Because they even talk about in Shawn Michaels' DVD, when Triple H first comes over, he didn't drink or do anything like that, and they were originally using him as a DD.
Right.
I bet Nash was a booze hound, though.
Probably.
I think you kind of had to be. But yeah, now that you say it, he's the only one that... I mean, granted, he hasn't had the DVD like those guys were.
I remember this.
Were you... Now, during this time, were you one of the channel flippers, or were you
I was channel flipping.
You were the channel flipper.
I was one of the channel... Every commercial. Because there was no DVR back then.
Yeah.
So you'd be on, like... I'd have it set for both shows, and every commercial I'd flip back. If it was a crappy match on one, you go to the other. It's something that you couldn't... Like I said, you can't DVR.
No, so you miss shit.
You can't even do what you do now. Is like pause one channel, and then go to the other channel, and then go back, so you don't lose any time in between.
Yeah.
Back then it was, okay, this match sucks, let's go to the other show, which was cool.
So you were never like loyal to one show where you're like, oh, I'm a WCW guy, oh, I'm a WWE guy, or whatever.
I was a WWE guy
towards the end, like, or
well, I was always a WWE guy. The WCW. The only thing that made it good was that period.
Was the NWO. Yeah.
Anything else about it sucked. You know?
See, my uncle was always a WCW guy, like... But me personally, I was never real big on WCW. I didn't get big into WCW until I got older and realized that I'm just, like, a smart. Like, I just love wrestling.
Yeah. Isn't this where they friggin' slammed him through a table or something?
No, that's the next thing. That's when he first comes over. But you figure this is the whole reason they do the 90 days or whatever it is. You can't wrestle now on another event because guys would be showing up on Monday after their contract ran out the night before.
Yeah.
And they're in the pay-per-view.
You can't really stop a guy from friggin' making money, though.
Well, no, they can't show up. Like, they can do live events and shit, but they can't do, like, any pay-per-view. Like, Del Rio's, they could sue Del Rio if they wanted to.
Yeah. Well, I heard they were trying to sue Del Rio and Mysterio. They're trying to sue both of them.
Yeah.
I read something about that. I just don't know when I read something about that.
Probably last week. Well, I know you have something in the notes here about Mysterio.
Yeah, I think that was it. I don't remember.
It's, how Mysterio's mad because him and Triple H last year had a handshake deal.
Yeah.
For Mysterio to leave the company, and they weren't going to renew his deal. And then they called him and renewed his deal.
Fucking, are you serious, Mysterio? A handshake deal?
And he's pissy about it. Like,
that's not legal. That's not legal.
Whatever Triple H says doesn't matter. He can say, yeah, we only shook hands on it. It don't matter. And show me the writing, and I'll let you out of your contract.
Do you have it? Other than that, it's like, come on, you're like a fucking child in the ring with half these guys. It's retarded.
It's like playing with your little kid. You like toss him up in the air.
It's like Hornswoggle getting in the ring.
Hey, Hornswoggle's a great WWE talent.
Yeah, well, the only reason they're keeping him around is because the Leprechaun franchise rebooted.
Yeah, pretty much. He was the Leprechaun, right?
Yes.
Oh boy.
As far as I know, it was.
I bet that movie's real exciting.
Well, it's supposed to be non-comical.
Like a gory.
It's supposed to be all serious. There's going to be no puns or anything like that.
That was my favorite part about the old ones, though.
Yeah, well, they said they want to separate it from that. They want it to be a serious horror film.
Wow.
Like the original Jason movies and stuff like that. Looks like.
Yeah,
just his face, and they throwing makeup on him? Are they making him look campy? Because supposedly it's not supposed to be campy.
It's supposed to be like, I look like a crazy leprechaun.
Right. Yeah. You go, Eric Bischoff.
Alright, so one last thing, because I want to keep this episode kind of short. What did you think... Alright, in the notes we have something about Kurt Angle reaching out to first Triple H because his deal is up soon,
right?
But a WWE return, and Triple H just ignored the call. Then he tried to go above his head, Angle did, and call Vince. Vince answered and said, "Yeah, I hate to tell you, but Triple H makes those decisions now." And
really?
Triple H is pissed at him now, yeah.
I don't know, I think that's all hearsay.
You think it's just...
Yeah.
I can see that.
I don't think it's all... A lot of this stuff that comes out in the news is people hear something from somebody else and it's planted information, you know? I think he will eventually be back. Even just to finish out his career.
I think you need to. I think he can still put on a good match as long as he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, is just keeping him healthy. I mean, again, he's another guy, which one I think they're really hesitant to bring in another part-time guy after their past few have flopped.